What is going on, YouTube? AJ here, doing another Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV Online on the Behemoth server. And, we were running around doing things because we were testing out our recording. One of the viewers had mentioned the Ifrit fight looking bad, so I was geez, I think I spent probably a good hour and a half messing with OBS to see if I could find a clearer way to make the recording. Well, the recordings are not the problem. The recordings on OBS, if I look at the MKV when I'm done recording, it looks crystal clear, perfect. Looks amazing. I think the problem is when I upload to YouTube, it's like compressing it and then making it look worse. So I think I have to try to make them higher quality, even though the quality was, they look perfect once I record them. So we're trying something new right now, and I guess we'll wait and see. But let's continue on with our main story quest. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Ahem. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the Remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of 3 services, and the Elder Seedseer Kan Isena will deliver her address at Miq'ote's amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point, due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it is possible that the order of services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next you'll go to Ul'dah, where the Flame General Rabban Aldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there'll be a special guest. How exciting. I bet it's RuPaul. It's definitely RuPaul. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Olympsa Laminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlwib Blothswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Xanthale, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the Remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Okay. The color 0. Whoa. Was that Magitech? A Magitech thing came flying at me. Alright, where is this? I think it's, what, north? Is it north or is it here? I think it's north, right? Yeah. It's north and then west. I think we're going to do, to spoil everyone's surprise, I think we're going to do Ul'dah as our Grand Company. I think I was Limsa. I think it was Limsa when I played years ago. So I like to give everyone their own opportunity.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hure and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the highways without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united.
I forgot she had the duck necklace, so that's definitely a Twin Adder perk. If I get like a duck necklace like that, the upside down duck head.
Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
Think of the children. That was a long one, huh?
If you'll permit me, Alfino. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with Gridania until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood and their... I'm sorry, I was going to make a joke. And thereby the power of the elementals will put an end to their woes. How long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursion, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later they will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Oh, Square Enix and your creepy kids. Couldn't have enough of them in 11. Need to throw them in here too. So totally off topic. And I'm not even asking you to look at it because it's not. I'm not posting anything on there. I decided for some dumb reason. Okay. Since I'm gonna at some point start live streaming, I wanted to go against my better judgment. I hate social media. I don't have any social media. Well, until now. But I decided to bite the bullet, and it's not a personal Twitter. It's kind of like this channel's Twitter. But like I said, there's nothing on there right now. But there might be in the future. I'll probably post a link to it on this page, on the YouTube homepage or whatever. But the I think my Twitter handle is @GetOffMyLawn_AJ. So, yep, that's there. Not asking anybody to go look at it. Just, it's there, and I'll eventually use it at some point. Destination. Another 5-minute, see, this is terrible for wanting to see if the recording is better because it's just no action.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And Roban as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ur dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You, who call this living? Dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raban? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
See Ragnaros?
I fancy meeting you again.
I like this. I think the sister is just always does she always like just look away like, oh god, he's gonna talk again. We're gonna be here for 5 minutes, just him rambling, aren't we? The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amal-Jah, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quite quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources would be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amal-Jah are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and even though they invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. Okay. Lower deck. Yeah, I'm not a fan of social media. I don't even remember the last time I had something. It was probably Facebook though. Yeah, it definitely was Facebook, and I remember. What is this flaming circle? I like it. I do remember one of the things that, I don't know why I remember this. I think because I just got really angry about it. I wrote a, for zero reason whatsoever, I wrote an incredibly long Facebook post about how I thought that Daniel from the original Karate Kid was actually the villain if you watched it from a different perspective. And I swear to God, 2 years later, somebody else wrote an article that was almost word for word. And I was like, that guy stole it. He somehow found my old Facebook post. And he stole it. Here to attend the Remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Yeah, stole my idea for...
Galleons are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Gallian Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral.
Fancy meeting you again.
Oh no. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Leminsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in Leminsa's backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Leminsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words. The Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. I think, and obviously it's Purgatory. This is Milfina. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final Remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. I guess it would be just kind of up to everybody as a person. I definitely did think that if I'm thinking about it. The Ulden speech from Rauban was probably the one that, I don't know, I thought that was the best one. The Gridanian one was kind of like, oh, peace and love. Don't hurt us. And the Limsa one was like, we need to stop killing each other. I have a feeling there's a bird on top of my head. Where'd that bird go? I thought there was a aetheryte crystal or something in the Waking Sands. It seems silly to have to go to, what is that, Horizon every time? I guess when you have a mount, it'll be slightly less of an issue. Yeah, I don't think why would I want to join a company where we gotta stop killing each other, guys? Stop trying to stab each other. Welcome back, Purgatory. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you. Would that there were more of you. I've got to be saying that wrong because that makes no sense in my brain. Would that there were more of you. Okay. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called Remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alisaie, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Okay. You. Welcome back, adventurer. I take General Rauband's words kindled a fire within you? Excellent. I fear the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that isn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. What is this? Soot Black Die. Awesome. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames and identify yourself as a personnel officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be them beastmen or Imperials. If I had $1 for every guild or link shell or company named fail. I think I've been in at least 2 fails on different games and or servers. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this evening, adventurer? Ah, I thought as much. You are just as our man at the Waking Sands described. It is an honor to meet you. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir. Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They fired on the Highwind Skyways ship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells of all the times for this to happen. Purgatory, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amal-Jah, and we have no time to spare in the Western Thanalan. You must get there, get to that ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go. Horizon's Edge in Western? Huh? I guess so. What in the world is that? Is that a flaming rooster? I don't know. Oh. Biggs and Wedge? An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Why would we be out of breath from running 20 feet? The Immortal Flame sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Are you all right, sir? Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. Purgatory, yes? Glad to have you with us. I have not seen a craft of this design before. The traitor, Garland, has been busy. The secrets of magic tech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to Castrum Meridianum, along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Nice looking ship, though not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command, kill them quickly, and save the Lalafell if possible. Is that clear? Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge. Yay. We're under attack. To arms. Or something. Take the other ones down first, I guess. I probably got hit with that. I think I should have gotten hit with that. Well, I'm kind of happy that we got into a fight because what's happening here? I'd like to see, who the heck is sending me a message at... Oh, it's Google. Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Purgatory. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha. Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flame lads, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Yeah. Where am I? Whoa, what the heck is happening here? Level 50? Why were those level... Okay, she's 52. Must be some sort of quest or mission. Glad they didn't aggro me. That was Google wishing me a happy birthday. And it's been a very, very long time since I've been, excited about my birthday. Probably my 29th birthday was my last, yay, birthday. A slightly funny story. The job I had when I turned 30, I had just been complaining, jokingly complaining about turning 30. I'm an old man now. So the people I worked with, this one woman created out of I guess poster board, I think it's called. It's not construction paper, it's harder. It's firmer. She made me a tombstone that said, R.I.P. your youth. And had everybody sign it as my birthday card. I thought that was hilarious. I was very proud of that person. Whoa, this guy's just got a gun? Is it a gun blade? Let me see. Ooh, he's got a gun blade. That does seem pretty cool. We might have to look into that. Welcome back, Purgatory. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before the Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us in such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? Are you ready? Let us begin. Oh my god, do I have to get jumped in? Do I get one of those awesome hats? You stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Ul'dah burn bright, casting light where there is dark, and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And a word from Flame General Raban. We would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Ul'dah. To join our ranks you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us. Wow, really? And together we shall chase the darkness from Ul'dah. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? Sure, how about that one? Spoken like a soldier. You'll do well here. Very well. Your resolve is plain. I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. So, I thought that I was like the savior of the world, like, and everybody knew it. And I'm Private 3rd Class. We know. We can see in your eyes. You're the savior of everything. Can you hear me? This is Milfina. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with the news of your enlistment. My congratulations. I have no doubt that you're eager to make acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a flame of Ul'dah, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems as your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see. New recruits go into the field unprepared. You now may accept the quest, my little Kokobo. The quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. Private Camphor, yes? A moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Well then, perhaps you should get yourself a Kokobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the Quartermaster to obtain a Flame Kokobo issuance. You'll need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your issuance, show it to Minigum by the Gate of Nald. He'll be the one to furnish you with a bird. I've been keeping a close eye on you late. Your efforts on behalf of Ul'dah do us all proud. Yes, I understand now that the Flame General saw you in. It would not be an understatement to say that the future of our grand company is riding on your capable shoulders, and yet it is also clear to me that you've only begun to tap into the depths of your potential. Your flame burns strong, but it may yet grow stronger. Yes, I would see you become a blazing inferno that reduces all that oppose Ul'dah into smoldering embers. It is with such hope that I have made arrangements for you to receive training at the Wolves' Den, a proving ground established by Eorzean Alliance for training of Grand Company recruits. Mayhap you were familiar with it. That look in your eye tells me you are eager to take to the road. I knew I had not misjudged you. The Wolf's Den is found just off the shores of La Nocia. The ferry at Morby Dry Docks in Lower La Nocia will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain Burke Oia. I have already taken the liberty of submitting a letter of recommendation on your behalf. What did I have to talk to you about? Oh, here it is. 200. What? Can I get a promotion? That's not very nice. All right. Okay, well, we're going to call it there. Just about an hour. A little over. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this one is not as blurry. A little bit better quality, hopefully. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy, folks. Bye.